ॐ हरिः ॐ शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। ॐ सिन्दूरारुणविग्रहां त्रिनयनां माणिक्यमौलिस्फुरत्तारानायकशेखरां स्मितमुखीमापीनवक्षोरुहां पाणिभ्यां मलिपूर्णरत्नचषकं रक्तोत्पलं बिभ्रतीं सौम्यां रत्नघटस्थरक्तचरणां ध्यायेत् परामम्बिकाम्। ॐ ध्यायेन्नित्यं महेशम् रजतगिरिनिभं चारुचन्द्रावतंसं रत्नाकल्पोज्ज्वलाङ्गं परशुमृगवराभीतिहस्तं प्रसन्नं पद्मासीनं समन्तात् स्तुतममरगणैः व्याघ्रकृत्तिं वसानं विश्वाद्यं विश्वबीजं निखिलभयहरं पञ्चवक्त्रं त्रिनेत्रम्। ॐ नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुर्गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्स सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत्।
धृतराष्ट्र उवाच धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेतायुयुत्सवः मामकाः पाण्डवाश्चैव किम कुर्वत सञ्जय। श्रीभगवानुवाच क्लैप्यं मास्मगमः पार्थ नैतत्त्वयुपपद्यते क्षुद्रं हृदय दौर्बल्यं त्यक्त्वोत्तिष्ठ परन्तप। यं सन्न्यासमिति प्राहुः योगं तं विद्धि पाण्डव न यसन्न्यस्तसङ्कल्पो योगी भवति कश्चन। आरुरुक्षोर्मुनेर्योगं कर्म कारणमुच्यते योगारूढस्य तस्यैव शमः कारणमुच्यते। यदा हिनेन्द्रियार्थेषु न कर्मस्वनुषज्जते सर्वसङ्कल्पसन्न्यासी योगारूढस्तदोच्यते। उद्धरेदात्मनात्मानं नात्मानम् अवसादयेत् आत्मैव यात्मनो बन्धुः आत्मैव रिपुरात्मनः बन्धुरात्मात्मनस्तस्य येनात्मैवात्मना जितः अनात्मनस्तु शत्रुत्वे वर्तेतात्मैव शत्रुवत्। यथा दीपो निवातस्थो नेङ्गते सोपमा स्मृता योगिनो यत् चित्तस्य युञ्जतो योगमात्मनः यं लब्ध्वा चापरं लाभं मन्यते नाधिकं ततः यस्मिन् स्थितो न दुःखेन गुरुणापि विचाल्यते शनैः शनैः उप्रमेत बुद्धया धृतिगृहीतया आत्मसंस्थं मनः कृत्वा न किञ्चिदपि चिन्तयेत् सर्वभूतस्थमात्मानं सर्वभूतानि चात्मनि ईक्षते योगयुक्तात्मा सर्वत्र समदर्शनः यो मां पश्यति सर्वत्र सर्वं च मयि पश्यति तस्याहं न प्रणश्यामि स च मे न प्रणश्यति चञ्चलं हि मनः कृष्ण प्रमाथि बलवदृढम् तस्याहं निग्रहं मन्ये वायोरिवसु दुष्करम् असंशयं महाबाहो मनो दुर्निग्रहं चलम् अभ्यासेन तु कौन्तेय वैराग्येण च गृह्यते असंयतात्मना योगो दुष्प्राप इति मे मतिः वश्यात्मना तु यतता शक्यो वाप्तुम् उपायतः पार्थ नैवेह नामुत्र विनाशस्तस्य विद्यते न हि कल्याणकृत् कश्चित् दुर्गतिं तात गच्छति मनुष्याणां सहस्रेषु कश्चिद् यतति सिद्धये यततामपि सिद्धानां कश्चिन्मां वेत्ति तत्त्वतः मत्तः परतरं नान्यत् किञ्चिदस्ति धनञ्जय मयि सर्वमिदं प्रोतं सूत्रे मणिगणा इव रसोऽहमप्सु कौन्तेय प्रभास्मि शशिसूर्ययो प्रणवः सर्ववेदेषु शब्दः खे पौरुषं नृषु बीजं मां सर्वभूतानां विद्धि पार्थ सनातनम् बुद्धिर्बुद्धिमतामस्मि तेजस्तेजस्विना अहम् बलं बलवतां चाहं कामरागविवर्जितम् धर्माविरुद्धो भूतेषु कामोऽस्मि भरतर्षभ दैवी ह्येषा गुणमयी मम माया दुरत्यया मामेव ये प्रपद्यन्ते मायामेतां तरन्ति ते चतुर्विधा भजन्ते मां जनाः सुकृतिनो अर्जुन आर्तो जिज्ञासुरर्थार्थी ज्ञानी च भरतर्षभ तेषां ज्ञानी नित्ययुक्ता एकभक्तिर्विशिष्यते प्रियो हि ज्ञानिनो अत्यर्थम् अहं स च मम प्रियः वेदाहं समतीतानि वर्तमानानि चार्जुन भविष्याणि च भूतानि मां तु वेद न कश्चन इच्छाद्वेषसमुत्थेन द्वन्द्वमोहेन भारत सर्वभूतानि सम्मोहं सर्गे यान्ति परन्तप येषां द्वन्द्वगतं पापं जनानां पुण्यकर्मणां ते द्वन्द्वमोहनिर्मुक्ता भजन्ते मां दृढव्रताः
Namaste, everyone. Thank you very much, Tracy. That was very nice. So today I'm going to go a little off script, and today is Mahanavami. So I would like to first describe the Navaratri Puja Vidhi. So we've already talked a little bit about the significance of the Navaratri, the Adhyatmic meaning. So today what I would like to do, because you see, although the divine is in various forms and we are studying the Bhagavad Gita, on particular days and times, the divine comes in a particular form. And the wise know that on those days and times one should worship the divine in that form. It's very accessible. Today, if you are engaged in meditation, you can definitely see there is a lightness, a clarity, a bliss, and easy access. These are the characteristics of the Navaratri for any sadhak. So first, I will read the summary. So, normally I would perform the puja, but today what we are doing is a meta puja, which is we are going to study what it is to do a puja. And that way, when we understand it, hopefully next Navratri, you may practice or at least have an insight into it. Okay? So this is from a book called Puja Vidhanam. It is published both in Devanagari and Tamil. And so I will read. Navaratri Puja, Ashvine Masi Samprapte Pratipad Shubhavasare. So in the month of Ashwin, having reached or attained that, Pratipad is the first, the Prathama. Shubhavasare, on the auspicious Tithi, Sam Arabhya Prayatnena, having started through proper effort, Navaratrishu Pujayet. In all the 9 nights, you should do puja. One should do puja. In the Tritiya Vibhakti. Durga Lakshmi Saraswatyah Pujaniyaha Prayatnataha. So Durga, Lakshmi, and Saraswati, in these 3 forms, Pujaniyaha, worthy of being worshipped through great effort, Prayatnataha. Athava Moola Nakshatre Samarabhya Prapujayet. This is Skandaha. Or one can start in the Moola Nakshatra, which this time came on Shashti. So if one doesn't start on the Prathama, one can alternatively, if due to some difficulty, then one can start on the Moola Nakshatra and do the puja. Okay. Ashvina Shukla Pratipadi Purvahne. So on the Ashvina, that is in that month of Ashwin, Shukla Paksha, first Prathama, in the bright fortnight, Purvahne, in the forenoon, Tila Tailena, that is taking sesame oil, using that, Krita Abhyango, having done Abhyanga. Abhyanga is the Ayurvedic practice of applying oil on the body. It's an oil bath. And there is a particular procedure to do this whereby one can stimulate and cleanse the nadis and chakras. If done with full knowledge, it is very powerful and can be done daily. Not difficult at all. Takes only a few minutes before bath. Yajamanaha. Yajamanaha is the Yajaman, the one who is going to do the puja. Sadhakaha, he is also a sadhak. Krita Nitya Kriyaha, having done his Nitya Kriyas. Again and again this comes. The Nitya Karma, that is Sandhya Vandanam, is done first. That is not ever changed. Susamskrite Shubhe Sthane, in a well-made, auspicious place. Locative case. Suramye Grihe, in a beautiful house. Right? Torana Jalankrite, having been adorned for the typical mango leaf or something is made into a toran. Other decorative things are also placed around the house. Kadali Stambha Mandite. The Kadali Phalam is the banana. Kadali Stambha is the banana stem. So in all these beautiful arrangements, earlier my mother was watching in the Belur Mutt, they were doing very special Durga Puja. This Kadali Stambha is placed on both sides. Mandite, actually the mandap itself is supported in many cases. Sudhupa Dravya, with good smells, Dravya and materials, right? Dhupite, having been atmosphere being made fragrant with good incenses. Sudeepa Prakashadhye, well lit. In a well-lit atmosphere with nice deepas, various lamps, etc. Swasane prang mukha sam upavishya. So approaching one's seat with looking from the front. some Upavisha, having approached it properly, Achamya, and haven't done Achamanam, Pujam Arabheta. So you see how beautifully and succinctly the entire procedure, if you just translate this to your mind, it immediately evokes what you've seen in the past, maybe in Bharat, etc. Right? So the whole arrangement is already, we would say in Hindi, Varnan acha kiya hai, correct? Is that the right? Right. Now, what goes on after this? Then there is always beginning with Ganapati Dhyanam, Shukla Bharavasaram, etc., Pranayam, and then Vigneshwara Puja. So those of you who may have had occasion to attend some pujas here, you have seen the Vigneshwara Puja, the Haridra Bimbam, Kumkumam, etc. Vigneshwara is worshipped to remove any obstacles, always first at the beginning. And this will now connect to the significance of Navaratri, where we talked about Ganesha at the Mooladhara. So unless the mind is brought to rest, so there are so many disturbances every day. Even before we sit down for satsang, there will be some disturbance, right? So the mind can get agitated by these things, but it has to be brought to rest by thinking of Ganesh and his smiling countenance. So when the mind has been brought to rest, not disturbed by external things, then this is the purpose of our Vigneshwar Puja. Then all obstacles are removed automatically. Shubhe, Shobhane, Muhurte, etc. Now comes the Sankalpa. And Durga Lakshmi Saraswati Prasada Siddhyarthe. So in order to have the prasadam, the grace of Durga Lakshmi and Saraswati, Sakala Manoratha Phalavaptirtham, so as to have the attainment of all mental desires, the fruit of all those desires. Sakala Manoratha Phalavaptirtham. Chaturvidha Purushartham, now very important, immediately comes. So what is Purusharth? Immediately you should ask. Anyone remember what Purusharth is? Chaturvidha, fourfold.
Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha.
Fantastic. Yes. So what a beautiful sankalp. In one go, you ask all the important things of the Lord, right? Then Siddhyartham, Purushartha Siddhyartham. So in order to have the attainment, Siddhi of all these four, Durga Lakshmi Saraswati Pujam Karishye. So you make the sankalp that I will now do this puja. Then Apaupasprisya, rinse with water, because water is pure consciousness. And even in that sankalp, there is desire. And just now we read that difference between Aruruksha and a Yoga Rudha, Sarva Sankalpa Sannyasi, right? So we are already practicing that sannyas in the puja itself. That by rinsing with consciousness, saying, this is just the actions and desires of the limited me, right? Even that I wash. Okay. Then Sri Vigneshwaram Udvasya. Then Vigneshwara is moved gently to the north. What does this move gently to the north mean? In the Mooladhara, Vigneshwara is situated. And when he moves gently to the north, Shakti can rise. That's the point, right? That is why he is moved. Before any prayer to any Devata, we have to ascend from our Bhulokam to Swargalokam in order to worship them. So we have to ascend. Then there is a traditional Kalasha Puja. Why Kalasha Puja? Because Kalasham is what stores water. The key element of water is at Swadhisthana. So in order to ascend from Mooladhara, from Prithvi element to water element, you first worship water as Varuna, Prachetasa, right? Then there is Shankha Puja, Atma Puja. These are all called Purvanga Pujas, the preparatory. Atma Puja, you've listened to all these verses, very beautiful. I have described them to you. The one Deho, Devalaya, Prokto, right, etc. And then there is Pitha Puja. The Yoga Pitham itself is worship. Then there is a very important thing called Kumbhasthapanam. Kumbham is the pot. It's also called Ghata Sthapanam. And essentially establishing the pot means that the human body is the pot. And the water that is filled in it is the consciousness. Right? So Kumbha Sthapanam means bringing the body to a place, establishing it, as we do in yoga or tantra, right? Establishing the body, Kumbha Sthapanam. Then there is a verse, Chaturastra Chaturhasta Vedikayam Bindu Trikona Shatkona Ashtadala Trivritta Bhupurayutam Yantram Vilikya. So actually, this is how to draw this yantra. You see, there are yantra, mantra, tantra. Three things. Yantra is an instrument. Tantra is a way. Mantra is that which saves by remembering. These are three important aspects of our worship. The yantra works in the physical plane, and there are different ways. Bindu Trikona. So this is the triangle with the bindu in it. Shatkona, then six-sided, Ashtadala, etc. Triputa, and you've seen these. Sri Yantram. There are various yantras. There is an entire theory of yantras. There is also Meru, which is in three-dimensional space. All these are depictions of the inner world as consciousness ascends through the Sushumna. So these are basically seen by yogis and siddhas. They have reproduced them for you so that by worshipping, it will instill those same bhav in you, and they are very powerful. Shali Punjompari Kumbham. So what we take is the shali is a special type of rice. On top of that, the kumbham is placed. The rice representing Annam, the Annamaya Kosha, the material world, and also above that, water. Navatantuna Veshtitam Chandanadi Charchitam Sudhupitam Samsthapya. So 9 tantuna. One has to put a 9-stringed Yagyopavit wrapped around it, decorated with chandan. Normally we put 4 dots. Architam, Sudhupitam. So it has proper things have to be put in it, and also beautiful incense. Samsthapya established. So usually in that kumbham you will put things like cardamom, clove, rose water, flower. Later we will put flowers and akshata also and then that water is very flavorful and delightful to take afterwards, either for prokshanam or for achamanam or even for snanam in some cases. So Jalena Apurya, having filled it with water, Kunkumagaru Karpura Chandana Pankam Kusumani, just what I said. Kunkumagaru Karpura. So this is like a type of camphor, which is used, edible camphor. And then Chandana Pankam Kusumani, flowers, etc. Nikshipya, having thrown into Amra Dalani Nidhaya. You can also put the leaf of the mango. Panchatvak Pancha Plava, Pancha Pallava, Pancha Ratna Nalikera, Kurchadi, Sambharan Samsthapya. Then Nalikera, coconut, has to be brought, and it is decorated. And Rakta Vastrena Aveshtya. Then this entire thing is decorated with a beautiful vastram, red colored garment. And then there is a beautiful verse from the Sandhya and the Veda. Imam me varuna shrudhi havam madhya chamrudaya tvam avasyurachake tatvayami vandamano, etc. Till pramoshihi. Iti kumbhe varunam. Varuna is invoked in the kumbha. Dhyatva. Shodashopachara pujam kritva. Every worship has to be done with 16 aspects of the worship. Right? Starting with avahanam, etc. You have to do achamanam, padhyam, right? There are 16 aspects of the worship. Shodashopachara puja. First to Varuna. So now we have finished Ganesh. We are now in Swadhisthana. We have worshipped the Lord of the Waters. Then there is a special verse, of course, which you know from Sandhyavandanam practice, Dadikravino Akarisham is done. And then Apo Janayathachana. The waters are invoked and requested to lead us like the mothers to the most beautiful bliss, so that we can experience that bliss. Tacham Yoravrani Mahe, then that verse, Om Shanti Shanti Iti Japitva. Tataha, then Kumbhasyopari Devi Pratimam Sannidhaya Prana Pratishtham Kuryat. Then on top of that kumbham, one will install the image of Devi and do the Prana Pratishtha. So when Prana Pratishtha is done, the Pratima or Murti acquires all the powers that are normally associated with living creatures. Dhyanam. Then there is a Dhyana Shlokam. Okay. Let us read it. It's quite beautiful. Om Mahishagnim Mahadevim Kumarim Simhavahinim Danavans Tarjayantim Cha Sarvakama Dugham Shivam Dhyayami Manasa Durgam Nabhimadhye Vyavasthitam Agacchavarade Devi Daitya Darpa Nipatini Pujam Grihana Sumukhi Namaste Shankara Priye Sarvatirthamayam Vari Sarvadeva Samanvitam Imam Ghatam Samagacha Tishtha Deva Ganais Saha Durge Devi Samagacha Sannidhyam Ihakalpaya. So beautiful. You understood everything, I think, hopefully. She is the killer of Mahisha, Mahadevi. She is also the young lady, Kumari. Simhavahini, rider of the lion. She is the killer of the Danavas. And she is the one who gives all the desires. And she is auspicious. And also the consort of Shiva. I meditate on her by my mind. The one who is hard to attain, who resides in the middle of the Nabhi, navel, and please come, the one who is always granting boons, and the one who is diminishing the pride of the Daityas, the progeny of Diti, and she tumbles that pride down. And please accept my prayer, one of smiling countenance, and the one who is the beloved of Shankara, and the one who is there in all the holy places, and the one who is endowed with all the powers that are observed in the Devas. In this ghatam, which body? In this pot. Come, Samagacha. Well, she's always there. It's only now you're awakening your mind that she is the one who is there inside. There was never a time when she was not. Come and stay, Tishta, with your, who are your ganas, your followers, the devas, the lords of the senses. And oh, hard to attain goddess, please come and make this your home. Make this your. So let us have that sannidhi. Let us be close to her. Right? This is the idea. This way one should imagine. Kalpaya. We already did that. Right? So this is it. Iti devim dhyatva mooladhara. Now listen very carefully. This is the instruction in the puja vidhanam. Iti devim dhyatva mooladharat kundalinim utthapya taya saha shivena samyojya vayu bijena nasaputena devim kusumanjalau aniya. This is exactly what I said. That's why I brought this to read today, because this is exactly what I said in the significance of Navaratri. In this way, meditating on Devi from the Mooladhara, ablative, fifth Mooladharat, Kundalini Utthapya, lifting up the Kundalini, Tayasa, with her, Shivena, with Shiva, taking in the instrumental case, Samyojya, yoke together. And then through the Vayu Bija, which is the special bijam, seed, Nasaputena Devim Kusumanjalau Aniya. Give her the Kusumanjali, that is prayer through flowers. Right? And she should be brought to that. So this is the would you expect that in puja there was any connection to yoga? It's exactly there. It's one to one. In the Hindu faith, in the Sanatana Dharma, there is a complete mirroring once one understands of all the paths. There is no difference. The problem is we have lost the knowledge to first of all read it and better still practice it. And so that is why there is an apparent diversity. So when somebody sits in puja, we think they're doing something different from the guy who's sitting in yogic meditation. They're doing the same thing, right? Only who knows or who doesn't know. This is the only difference, right? So I can do puja sitting in yoga. I can do yoga sitting in puja.
Okay.
Right? That's all. So then there is very beautiful. Now Avahanam. Okay. If you don't mind, I will read some of these verses. They are so beautiful that it seems this thing. Avahanam ehi durge mahabhage rakshartham mama sarvada avahayami aham devi sarva kamartha siddhaye iti anena pushpanjalim kalashe yantre va nidhaya atmanam devi rupam vibhavya pujayet. So Avahanam, this is invocation. Please come, O Devi, the one of tremendous brilliance, Mahabhaga, because that is her form inside. When she is seen through the inner eye, it is just a blaze of light. That much light one has never experienced in however many tube lights you put outside. Rakshartham, in order to protect me, Mama Sarvada, always protect. Because in this Bhulokam, there are many temptations and snares. I pointed out the Devi Kavacham's power, armor of the goddess, is precisely that. Avahayami, I invoke you, Devi, Aham Devi, Sarva Kamartha Siddhi, in order that you may grant the satisfaction of all my desires. Iti anena pushpanjalim kalashe yantre, then with various worship using flowers, either in the kalasha or in the yantra, vanidhaya. Atmanam Devi Rupam Vibhavya Pujiyet. Conceiving of one in the form of Devi itself, one should worship. Right? Okay. Now, there is a very beautiful thing. If you want, I will recite this. It doesn't seem like a bad idea. The key part of the Devi worship is actually the Sri Suktam. I don't know if you have heard it. If you want, why not? It seems like an unnecessary thing not to chant it. So we will have. Om Hiranyavarnam Harinim Suvarna Rajatasrajam Chandram Hiranmayim Lakshmim Jata Vedo Ma'avaha Tam Ma'avaha Jata Vedo Lakshmi Manapagamini Yasyam Hiranyam Vindeyam Gamashvam Purushanaham Ashvapurvam Rathamadhyam Hastinada Prabodhinim Shriyam Devim Upahvaye Shrirma Devir Jushatam Kamso Smitam Hiranya Prakaram Ardram Jwalantim Truptam Tarpayantim Padme Sthitam Padmavarnam Tamiho Pahvaye Shriyam Chandram Prabhasam Yashasa Jwalantim Shriyam Loke Devajushtamudaram Tam Padmini Mim Sharanamaham Prapadye Alakshmi Menashyatam Tvam Brune Aditya Varne Tapasodhi Jato Vanaspatistava Vrikshotha Bilvaha Tasya Phalani Tapasanudantu Mayantarayascha Bahya Alakshmihi Upaitumam Devasakha Kirtischa Manina Saham Pradurbhuto Smirashtresmin Kirtim Riddhim Dadatu Me Kshutpipasamalam Jeshtham Alakshmihim Nashayamyaham Abhutim Asamriddhim Jasarvam Nirnudame Gruhat Gandhadwaram Duradharsham Nityapushtam Karishinihim Ishwari Gum Sarvabhutanam Tam Iho Pahvaye Shriyam Manasakamakutim Vacha Satyamashimhi Pashudam Rupam Annasya Mai Shri Shrayatam Yashah Kardamena Prajabhuta Mai Sambhava Kardama Shriyam Vasayame Kule Mataram Padmamalinim Apahasrajantu Snigdhani Chiklita Vasame Grihe Nicha Devim Mataram Shriyam Vasayame Kule आर्द्रां पुष्करिणीं पुष्टिं पिङ्गलां पद्ममालिनीं सूर्यां हिरण्मयीं लक्ष्मीं जातवेदो महावः आर्द्रां यः करिणीं यष्टिं सुवर्णां हेममालिनीं चन्द्रां हिरण्मयीं लक्ष्मीं जातवेदो महावः ताम आवह जातवेदो लक्ष्मीमनपगामिनीः यस्यां हिरण्यं प्रभूतं गावो दास्यो स्वाहान् विन्देयं पुरुषानहम् ॐ महादेव्यै च विद्महे विष्णुपत्नीश्च धीमहि तन्नो लक्ष्मी प्रचोदयात्. Om. So that is the Sri Suktam. This is the central part of the Navaratri worship. It is broken up in sections, each one giving the Shodashopachar. So first there will be Avahanam, then there is Asanam Samarpayami, Padhyam Samarpayami, washing of the feet, Arghyam Samarpayami, offering water, grass and rice, Achamaniyam Samarpayami, Achamanam for Devi, then Snanam Kurushva, then bath. And these are actually the very practices that we are supposed to follow also in our daily life. After Snanam, Vastra Yugmam Samarpayami. Then this is the donning of garments. Upavitam Samarpayami. Yajñopavitam is given. Gandham Samarpayami. Right? So there is a, Gandham Samarpayami. Saubhagya Sutram, because it's a Devi, the Mangal Sutra. Kumkumam Samarpayami. Kajjalam Samarpayami, Abharanani. Then ornaments. Then the next step, Akshatan Samarpayami. So this is the rice in which has been applied turmeric, Akshata Samarpayami. Then Pushpamalam Samarpayami, garland of flowers. Then after that, Anga Puja. So Anga Puja is also very beautiful. Why not? There is a little time we can read. Om Durgayai Namah Padau Pujayami, Om Mahakalyai Namah Gulphau Pujayami, Mangalayai Namah Januni Pujayami, Katyayangai Namah Uru Pujayami, Bhadrakalyai Namah Katim Pujayami, Kamalavasimyai Namah Nabhim Pujayami, Shivayai Namah Udaram Pujayami, Kshamayai Namah Hridayam Pujayami, Kaumaryai Namah Stanau Pujayami, Umayai Namah Hastau Pujayami, Mahagauryai Namah Dakshina Bahum Pujayami, Vaishnavyai Namah Vamabahum Pujayami, Ramayai Namah Skandhau Pujayami, Skandamatre Namah Kantham Pujayami, Mahishardanyai Namah Netre Pujayami, Simhavahinyai Namah Mukham Pujayami, Maheshwaryai Namah Shirah Pujayami, Katyayanyai Namah Sarvanyangani Pujayami. So you see everything, feet, calves, right? All the Angam beautifully said with invocation of the Devi's names. Then there is the Durga Ashtottara Shatanamarchanam, typically done. And then again goes back to the Sri Suktam, Dhupam Agrapayami. So then we give Dhupam, Deepam, light, Deepam Darshyami. Then after that again, each verse with the Sri Suktam having split up. Now we come to Mahanivedyam Nivedayami, and then Madhye Amritapaniyam. So we do the Parishechanam, then Amritabhidhanamasi. That is also covered with Amritam. Then Karpura Tambulam Samarpyami. Then camphor, betel nut, etc. Betel leaves should be placed, offered as Tambulam for Devi. Then Pushpanjalim Samarpyami. Then a very special part of Devi worship is the Balidanam. So there is also a Balidanam. Then Durge Smrita Harasi. Then what is this part? Pradakshina Namaskaran Samarpyami. Right? Now there is a 9 names of the Devi which also appears in the Devi Kavacham. Nava Durga Pujanam. Om Shailaputri Namaha, Brahmacharinyai Namaha, Chandraghantayai Namaha, कूष्माण्डायै नमः, स्कन्दमात्रे नमः, कात्यायन्यै नमः, कालरात्र्यै नमः, महागौर्यै नमः, सिद्धिदायै नमः. Right? So these are the 9 names of the Devi. Jyotik Pujanam, then after that, Tejaswarupa Sri Durgayai Namaha. Then Prarthana and सर्वमंगल मांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधके साधिके शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते. रूपम देहि यशो देहि भगम भगवती देहि मे, पुत्रान् देहि धनं देहि सर्वान् कामान् प्रदेहि मे इति प्रार्थ्य. Then there is a Kumari Pujanam. So this is also very beautiful worship with bija mantras, etc. And for them also Padhyam, Argyam, Achamaniyam, Vastram, Gandham, Bhushanam, Pushpam, Archanam, Dhupa, Deepa, Naivedya, Nirajana, and then Guru Pujanam, and then there is Samarpanam. And then usually following that, there is Saptashati Parayanam, and then one has to do the Navakshari Mula Mantra Japam Kritva, Kavacha Argala Kilaka Purvakam. So that is where the Kavacham comes actually. Devi Kavacham is before the Durga Saptashati, and then Iti Pratipat Krityam Vidhaya Evam Eva Navamyantam, all 9 days. Navamyam, there should actually, today being Navami, there should be a Homa Karya, and then Tatha Karmashesham Samapya Mula Mantrena Dugdham Mishrita Jalena Tarpanam Kritva Tad Dashamshena Marjayet. So with mixing water and milk, one should do a tarpanam with through the Mula Mantra, and then on the 10th one should rinse, do prokshanam with it, marjanam, cleansing with it. Dashamyam kalashodakena yajamanam saparivaram abhishi cheyuhu. On the 10th, that kalasha water, which is now purified with the mantras and worship of 9 days, should be used for abhishek on the all the members of the family, right? Because it now contains that empowered consciousness with the mantras to give them all those powers. Mahishagni Mahamaye Chamunde Mundamalini Ayur Arogyam Aishwaryam Dehi Devi Namostute iti Prarthya. And then Devya Udvasanam. Then on the Devi herself is requested, is taken up. And then Brahmanan Bodhitva, having fed the Brahmins, Hina Dina Kripane Bhyo Annam Datva. Give those who are weak, who are poor, or in debt, in misery, to them give food. Tambula Dakshinadibihi Santoshya, and then giving the tambulam and various kinds of charities, having made them happy, Sukhrudyato Bhunjita. Then after that one eats. Right? So very beautiful. Navami Atithi Paryantam Baddha Puja Japadikam Ekaharam Vrati Kuryat Satyadi Niyamair Yutaha. Only one meal should be the Vratam on Mahanavami. Kridanti Vividhai Bhogair Devaloke Sudurlabhe Nayo Vyadayas Tesham Nacha Shatru Bhayam Bhavet. So, sports having different enjoyments in Devaloka, which are very hard to get. Na Adaya Vyada. Adi Vyadi are mental torments and physical torments. Na are not experienced, nor is there any fear of enemy. So the one who does this puja sports in Devalok, enjoying various enjoyments, and is not subject to physical ailments or mental ailments, and there is no fear of any enemies. This is the Navaratri puja, right? Now, on Mahanavami, there is actually Saraswati puja, right? So, Ashvayuja Shukla Navamya Madhyakni Nitya Karma Samapya Rangavalli Vitanadi Alankrite Deshe Shuddha Vastra Achannam Pitham nidhaya tasmin Veda Purana Itihasadi Grantha. So Veda Puran Itihasa Grantha should be placed in that Pitham. Jalam Vinyasya Gandha Vastra Pushpadi, so nice smelling things, Vastram and flowers, Abhi Alankritya, having decorated, Saraswati Puja Arabheta. Then you do the same Purvanga Puja, Dhyana Avahanadi Shodasha Pochara Puja, 16 limbed puja, Saraswatim Satyavasam Sudham Shusama Vigraham Sphatika Kshatrajam Padmam Pustakam Cha Shukam Karaihi. So then there is a whole Saraswati. Then there is Asanam, Padhyam Adyanta, Padhyam Samarpyami, same deal. Argyam Samarpyami, Achamaniyam Samarpyami, Madhuparkam Samarpyami, Panchamritam, and then Snanam, Vastram, Upavitam, Abharanani, Saubhagyadravyam, Gandham, Akshatan, Pushpani, etc. Then Anga Puja, right? Let us read Anga Puja, very beautiful. Actually, all of it is very beautiful, but I'm just selecting some highlights. Om Pavanaye Namah Pado Pujayami, Om Gire Namah Gulpho Pujayami, Om Jagadvandhaye Namah Janghe Pujayami, Om Jalajasanaye Namah Januni Pujayami, Om Uttamaye Namah Uru Pujayami, Om Kamalasana Priyaye Namah Katim Pujayami, Om Nana Vidhyaye Namah Nabhim Pujayami, Om Vanyay Namah Vakshah Pujayami, Om Kurangakshay Namah Kuchau Pujayami, Om Kalarupinyay Namah Kantham Pujayami, Om Bhashaya Namah Bahun Pujayami, Om Chirantanaye Namah Chubukam Pujayami, Om Mugdhasmitaye Namah Mukham Pujayami, Om Lolekshanaye Namah Lochane Pujayami, Om Kalaye Namah Lalatam Pujayami, Om Varnarupaye Namah Karnau Pujayami, Om Karunaye Namah Kachan Pujayami, Om Shivaye Namah Shirah Pujayami, Om Saraswatyay Namah Sarvanyangani Pujayami. Right? So all again beautiful, but slightly different aspects of the Devi corresponding to Saraswati. Now there is a Ashtottara Shatanam Namastotram, and why don't we read that? There is still 10 minutes. This is very beautiful. Remembering the name of Saraswati today will give so much blessing on any study, particularly, of course, in our Sri Vidya Brahma Vidya studies. So, Saraswati Ashtottara Shatanamavalihi. Om Saraswatyai Namaha, Om Mahabhadrayai Namaha, Om Mahamayayai Namaha, Om Varapradaye Namaha, Om Sri Pradayai Namaha, Om Padmanilayayai Namaha, Om Padmakshayai Namaha, Om Padma Vaktrakaye Namaha, Om Shivanujayai Namaha, Om Pustaka Bhrite Namaha, Om Gyanamudraya Namaha, Om Ramaye Namaha, Om Paraye Namaha, Om Kamarupaye Namaha, Om Mahavidyaye Namaha, Om Mahapataka Nashinyai Namaha, Om Mahasrayaye Namaha, Om Malinyai Namaha, Om Mahabhogaye Namaha, Om Mahabhujaye Namaha, Om Mahabhagaye Namaha, Om Mahotsahaye Namaha, Om Divyangaye Namaha, Om Suravanditaye Namaha, Om Mahakalye Namaha, Om Mahapashaye Namaha, Om Mahakaraye Namaha, Om Mahankushaye Namaha, Om Pitaye Namaha, Om Vimalaye Namaha, Om Vishwaye Namaha, Om Vidyunmalaye Namaha, Om Vaishnavye Namaha, Om Chandrikaye Namaha, Om Chandravadanaye Namaha, Om Chandralekha Vibhushitaye Namaha, Om Savitri Namaha, Om Surasaye Namaha, Om Devyai Namaha, Om Divyalankara Bhushitaye Namaha, Om Vagdevyai Namaha, Om Vasudaye Namaha, Om Tivraye Namaha, Om Mahabhadraye Namaha, Om Mahabalaye Namaha, Om Bhogadaye Namaha, Om Bharatyai Namaha, Om Bhamaye Namaha, Om Govindaye Namaha, Om Gomatyai Namaha, Om Shivaye Namaha, Om Jatilaye Namaha, Om Vindhyavasaye Namaha, Om Vindhyachala Virajitaye Namaha, Om Chandikaye Namaha, Om Vaishnavye Namaha, Om Brahmye Namaha, Om Brahmagyanayika Sadhanaye Namaha, Om Saudamanyay Namaha, Om Sudhamurtye Namaha, Om Subhadraye Namaha, Om Surapujitaye Namaha, Om Subhasinyay Namaha, Om सुनासायै नमः ॐ विनिद्रायै नमः ॐ पद्मलोचनायै नमः ॐ विद्यारूपायै नमः ॐ विशालाक्ष्यै नमः ॐ ब्रह्मजायायै नमः ॐ महाफलायै नमः ॐ त्रयीमूर्तये नमः ॐ त्रिकालशायै नमः ॐ त्रिकालज्ञायै नमः ॐ त्रिगुणायै नमः ॐ शास्त्ररूपिण्यै नमः ॐ शुम्भासुरप्रमथिन्यै नमः ॐ शुभदायै नमः ॐ स्वरात्मिकायै नमः ॐ रक्तबीजनिहन्त्री नमः ॐ चामुण्डायै नमः ॐ अम्बिकायै नमः ॐ मुण्डकाय प्रहरणायै नमः ॐ धूम्रलोचनमर्दनायै नमः ॐ सर्वदेवस्तुतायै नमः ॐ सौम्यायै नमः ॐ सुरासुरनमस्कृतायै नमः ॐ कालरात्र्यै नमः ॐ कलाधारायै नमः ॐ रूपसौभाग्यदायिन्यै नमः ॐ वाग्देव्यै नमः ॐ वरारोहाय नमः ॐ वाराह्यै नमः ॐ द्वारिजासनायै नमः ॐ चित्राम्बरायै नमः ॐ चित्रगन्धाय नमः ॐ चित्रमाल्य विभूषितायै नमः ॐ कान्तायै नमः ॐ कामप्रदायै नमः ॐ बन्ध्यायै नमः ॐ विद्याधर सुपूजितायै नमः ॐ श्वेताननायै नमः ॐ नीलभुजायै नमः ॐ चतुर्वर्ग फलप्रदायै नमः ॐ चतुरानन साम्राज्यायै नमः ॐ रक्तमध्यायै नमः ॐ निरञ्जनायै नमः ॐ हंसासनायै नमः ॐ नीलजङ्घायै नमः ॐ ब्रह्मा विष्णु शिवात्मिकायै नमः ॐ श्री सरस्वती अष्टोत्तर शतनामावली समाप्तम्. See how beautiful it is. Remember all the great exploits of the Devi in those words, right? Destruction of Dhumralochana, Rakta Bija, etc. Mundaka. So again, very powerful, very illuminating, and most beautiful. Now, each of those asuras, of course, has a significance for the forces within us. And so, again, her grace in destroying them is very beautiful. Then Uttara Puja, Dhupam, Deepam, Naivedyam, Nirajanam, Pushpanjali, Pradakshinam. And then we Ya Kundendu Tusharahara Dhavala, Ya Shubhra Vastravrata, Ya Veena Varadanda Manditakara, Ya Shveta Padmasana, Ya Brahma Shankara Prabhrutibhi Devai Sada Pujita, Samam Patu Saraswatim Bhagavatim Nishesha Jadhyapaham. Namaskaran Samarpyami. Brahmana Puja, Upayana Danam, Punah Puja, Paredyuhu, Pratar Nitya Karmani Samapya, Purvokta Prakareda, Punah Pujam Krutva, Devim Udvasiyet. So the next day also, the puja has to be done. So that the idea that there is a continuity of the puja, and then Devi Udvasanam is done. So in samasa or condensed sankshepa form, I have given you the gist of the Navaratri Puja and the Mahanavami Saraswati Puja. And we are almost at time. Any questions or comments?
Very delightful, Dr. Shankar.
Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Tracy. Yes. The nature of the verses themselves is such that it will bring delight to the heart and the mind. Such is the power of our insight of the rishis. And that is the great saubhagyam that we were born in this tradition, that we were exposed to these things, and that we still have them, these treasures with us. They will definitely gladden the heart, uplift the spirits, and all good things will come to pass when we have this grace. Now, having done that, let us read one verse nevertheless, because with Saraswati grace now, even one verse will open a million insights. Right? So where were we last time? I believe we finished 6.
I think we also finished 7th.
Ah, acha. Probably. Very good. But I will just read 7, and then whoever will read can read 8, just to keep the continuity. Sarva bhutani kaunteya prakritim yanti mamikam. Kalpakshaye punasthani kalpado visrajamyam. You're right, we did read this. All beings, Arjuna, at the end of a cycle repair to my nature. At the beginning of the next cycle, I lose them forth. So, Sarva iti, Sarva bhutani kaunteya prakritim trigunatmikam aparam yanti. They repair to my lower nature consisting of the three constituents of the three gunas. At the end of the cycle or the period of cosmic dissolution, again at the time of origination, punaha bhuyaha tani bhutani, in the beginning of the next cycle, I lose them forth, that is, I originate them as in previous cycles. Utpatti kale kalpado visrujami utpadayami aham purvavat. Evam avidya lakshanam. Thus to my nature, nescience. So now please, who is going to read this verse?
I can go.
Please.
Prakritim swamavashtabhya visrajami punah punah bhutu gramamimam kutsnam avasham prakritervashat.
Very good. Prakritim swam avashtabhya. Prakritim iti. Prakritim swam swiyam avashtabhya ashritya vashikritya visrujami. Resorting to, subduing my nature and depending on it, I lose forth. This nature born, prakritito jatam, nature born multitude, bhuta gramam, of dependent beings in their entirety. Bhuta samudayam imam vartamanam kritsnam samastam avasham asvatantram. They are dependent. Because why are they dependent? Avidyadi doshaihi paravashikritam. They are being overwhelmed by flaws like nescience. Prakritehe vashat, swabhava vashat. They are swayed by their inborn tendencies. So when we are able to reach this most beautiful marriage of Shiva and Shakti and transcend the gunas even, then there is a clear understanding that just like the waves arose on the ocean, this particular individuated being, where I say I limited and I see others around me and I say you, right? This is a wave that has arisen in that ocean. And when the ego subsides, the wave is able to rest in the ocean. And the ego is ultimately the ahamkaram or the asmita in the Yoga Sutra is the root nescience, right? Because in the 5 kleshas, avidya, asmita, raga, dvesha, abhinivesha, right? So Bhagavan is pointing out that that avidya, the root nescience, ignorance, is then becomes the I feeling, asmita, that individuation, and the wave rises up and sees other waves and forgets that there is an ocean underlying, right? Now, of course, you all understand that this avidya is not the standard kind of ignorance, as in not knowing something through the mind. The mind itself is the ignorance, right? So this is a very deep philosophy. Many people who think they read these things and other things, they may have misconceptions, but this is Bhagavan's very words. So the beautiful thing is that avasham, and why is this? So, when we live life, we think, do we have free will? Is everything deterministic? We have all these questions. But what Bhagavan is saying is that your very human existence is something you have no control over. Right? He points out this dependency factor, right? And yet, while living in the Vyavaharik world, in the empirical world, we do speak of free will, right? And we do talk of effort After all, we just did the puja with great prayatna, right? And yet we started by saying, even in the Sri Suktam, Sharanam Aham Prapadye. I offer myself at your feet. I have come to your refuge. I have surrendered myself, right? So although we are exerting our free will, what are you exerting your free will to? To surrender it, right? So if one has to have free will, please have that kind of free will. It's a great one. And the beautiful paradox of it is that once that surrender happens, all good things that you did want to have for yourself do happen to you, right? This is the beauty of the dharma itself, right? Because there is an acknowledgement that there is a greater power, right? This is very hard for many people, actually, particularly in our generation. I don't know why, but and I'm speaking broadly of our generation, spanning like 3 or 4 generations around, this age. But a lot of people, even those blessed to be born in Bharat or in the Sanatana Dharma, have great difficulty in acknowledging the existence of a higher power. I'm not saying present company excluded, but I'm speaking in a very broad sense, because if the present company did not believe, you would not sit here through so many weeks and months and years. But you see what I'm trying to say, so where does that come from, and what is the simple logical way? See, we take human intelligence, right? And definitely human intelligence is there, but it has a limit, right? I think most people can understand this, that our human intelligence, while it can be very fantastic, it has a limit. And then now let us look at the aggregate of all human intelligences in plural. Let's sum them all up, right? It's still a finite sum, right? I think you guys know this countable, uncountable sets, right? If I can run I equals 1 through n, it's still a countable set, right? Right? And then there is the notion of these countable infinities and uncountable infinities, or something like in mathematics. So, but nevertheless, it is a number which I can assign, right? And now that is only a part of the intelligence in the universe, right? If you take the intelligence of all the turtles and the fish, that is beyond the human intelligence. That's beyond the sum of the human intelligences, right? So there is a lot of intelligence in the universe, even when we observe it through the 5 senses, right? So you may say this is the intelligence of Vishwa, right? Now, when you go deep into meditation, you realize there is intelligence even in the dream state. There is intelligence in the causal form, right? And finally, when the ego is erased, at least temporarily, to remove the veil, then you see that there is an intelligence inside which is so vast, it can only be infinite. So this is all about intelligence. We call it consciousness, right? This thing called consciousness of Brahman, bruh, because it grew so big, right? It is so vast. And this is the magnitude of its intelligence. It's also light, right? It is Surya Koti Samaprabha, 1,000,000 suns. It has that brilliance, right? And it is intelligent. Its very nature is intelligent. Satchidananda, right? So the entire universe is throbbing with intelligence and nothing else, right? But then what happens? So then one enters into the body. And then one assumes this limitation, right? I, me, mine. Right? The moment that veil drops and there is we don't have a choice. It is because do you remember a time when you didn't think I? You don't actually. But the truth is, that is your true nature. That sounds paradoxical, but that is why it is a feeling of just having forgotten. You remember in, I think it comes in the Lagu Yoga Vasishtha we read, where there is a lady running around. She has a necklace. She's a queen, and she has forgotten where the necklace is, and it's around her neck. She's just forgotten, right? So it's the same analogy. It's not anything gained anew. It's just forgotten. It was always the true nature. It is still the true nature. It will always be the true nature, but forgetfulness intercedes. And in that forgetfulness intercedes, it is because of this tremendous power of this intelligence. This intelligence has a power, and that power is threefold. It projects, it veils, and then finally it also gives the knowledge. Now, as long as that knowledge is obtained through the senses, we obtain sensory enjoyment. After all, we have to know something through the ear. Right now, you enjoyed hopefully the various shlokas and things. This is enjoyment. This is through your ear, you knew a sound. This is Jnana Shakti also, right? Or even if we listen to a popular song, there is Jnana Shakti involved. But it is a reflection of that very powerful Jnana Shakti, which when worshipped, then makes us swatantra, independent in our true nature, which is infinite. But as long as we descend into the lower worlds, all 7 of them, there is no independence. One is then dependent on the gunas and driven by the gunas, right? So that is what Bhagavan is saying. That is how he loses forth this entire multitude of bound beings. So let me just take a look at what the next verse is, and then maybe we can follow. Perhaps 9 would be a good one to stop at. So please let us read 9. And before we read, maybe I will just read the intervening commentary. Tarhi tasya te parameshwarasya bhutagramam imam vishamam vidadatah tan nimittabhyam dharmadharmabhyam sambandha syad iti idam aha Bhagavan. If so, you, the Supreme Lord, fashioning beings unequally, are subject to righteousness and its opposite, dharma adharmabhyam sambandha, the causes of these inequalities. In explanation, the Lord declares. And now we can read 9.
I can go.
Please.
न च मां तानि कर्माणि निबध्नन्ति धनञ्जय उदासीनवदासीन सिनम् असक्तं तेषु कर्मसु.
Beautiful. Very nice. Those actions, Arjuna, bind me not. I am, as it were, indifferent to them, being unattached to them. Okay. Nacha mam tani karmani nibadnanti. Those actions do not bind me, Dhananjaya. Udasina avadasinam. As one unconcerned, he is indifferent. Udasinavat asinam. Yatha udasinaha upekshakaha. Indifferent. Kaschit tadvat asinam. As one unconcerned, I subsist. Atmanaha avikriyatvat. For the self is immutable. Asaktam phala asangarahitam. I am unattached. I am not clinging to the fruits of actions. I don't have the conceit of agency in regard to those creative works. Abhimana varjitam. Aham karomi iti teshu karmasu. In those works, I don't. So this verse explains the great riddle of Karma Yoga. Why is Karma Yoga important? Because when acting in the proper way of Karma Yoga, where it says karmanyevadhikarasте mahaleshu kadachana. One is acting like the Lord. You're mimicking the Lord. That's why Karma Yoga is so powerful. One has to work, and even if all the other faculties are dead, there is no heart, there is no mind, no intellect. If that person works like this, he's a Lord. He's incarnation of the Lord. Right? So that is why Karma Yoga is given so much importance. The royal mystery is explained in now in 9.9. And there is also a connection here to the Yoga Sutra, where Ishvara in the Yoga Sutra is a defined quantity, because Yoga Sutra is all about definitions. He is a Purusha Vishesha. He's a special kind of Purusha. And what is his specialty? That he has no karma ashaya. He has no repository of karmas. Right? So that means all his actions are aklishta, untainted. Only the klishta actions generate and contribute to the repository of karma. That means the Lord, by definition, is free of avidya, free of asmita, free of raga, free of dvesha, and free of abhinivesha. He does not have the I feeling or the attachment and aversion. Right? So that is our verse 9. So then let us stop there. He says, the thought I do them does not occur to me. I don't have the conceit of agency in regard to those creative works. In the case of others too, the cause of dissociation is the absence of the conceit of agency and the non-clinging to fruits of works. Otherwise, deluded man, like a silkworm, will get bound by his works. So what does Bhagavad Gita tell us about work itself? It says, Prakritehe kriyamanani gunaihi karmani sarvashaha. Ahankara vimudhatma karta ahamiti manyate. By the gunas of Prakriti, all works are done that have to be done. Always. Only the intervening sense of agency, right? So for instance, suppose there is a tamasic predominance in my vicinity, it may evoke a rajasic tendency in me to overcome that tamas, right? Then the rajasic tendency may be replaced by a sattvic tendency, right? Then the sattvic tendency may not last forever. It may then decay into a tamasic tendency, and then it may be overcome again. So this cycle goes on, right? At night we go to sleep, morning we wake up, then the rajas takes over, we rub our eyes, wash our face, and then we try to invoke sattva in us and do our nitya karmas, and then that gets overwhelmed by some tamas. So this is cycling, that's all, right? But it is, of course, very hard to keep that in our mind at all times. Definitely. But at least knowing it once, hearing about it, and contemplating on it definitely has a good effect, I believe. Acha, any questions or comments, and then we can wrap up. Sorry, we're a bit late today. And we had a bit of a digression, but anyway, I hope it was enjoyable. And we'll meet again in a week. Meanwhile, let me say our Swasti Mantra, Shanti Mantra. Okay. Om Tachamyora Vrinimahe Gatum Yajnaya Gatum Yajnapataye Daivihi Swastirastunaham Swastirmanushabhyah Urdhvam Jigatu Bheshajam Shanno astu dvipadehe sham chatushpade. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaste everyone. It was very delightful and enjoyable to do Metta Puja with you.